I had to be quick about putting my helmet back on.
Oh, while you were drinking. Just check. YouTube should be back up now. F5, everybody. Let's. So refresh.
Yep, YouTube is back.
Excellent. There we go. For some reason, launching OBS, it wasn't launching it with the multiple output source. Strangely. Right, we're back.
They have to make it complicated, don't they?
I know. It would be nice if we had a real straightforward. I mean, to be fair, it's a lot more straightforward than it used to be streaming, but dad brain and whatnot.
So, Ran, over here, I found one of those doors you were talking about where the oxy torch might work.
Ah, yeah. Do I have that? Do I have it on me? That's the big... I don't have it on me.
Looks like a big vault.
Could be. Topped up the electric meter. Yeah, we're back. Just pop around and watch me live, like in the actual room. Oh, no, I think this is...
looks like a vault to me.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right, yeah. So those bits, there and there, those hinges, you're supposed to be able to chop them open, but I don't think I have it on me right now. I can't remember. We may have just left it back.
You think you can shoot it?
No, I don't think so. No, I think you've got to cut it. I mean, give it a go. It might open, but I don't believe so. Is that you firing? Yeah, okay. Phew.
It works.
Does it?
Door's open.
Oh, good man. What's in there? Anything? Nothing.
It's a sleeping pod. We just broke into somebody's home.
Yeah. And they have nothing in here. I mean, eventually
it
there
looks
might
like
be something.
the sleeping pods from Port Tressler and stuff.
Yeah, they're like... it's kind of cool. Like, it's like those... I guess they make them modular. And someone has...
Yeah, and then somebody stole it
one.
as their home.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Hmm.
Man, look at this place. My gosh.
I can't wait to see Saracen's plot. We've got to be careful going there if that guy's going to be around there, though. No, I can't take the lantern. You just shoot it, Academy, and it opens somehow. Warren, thank you so much for the channel membership gift. Much appreciated. Jeff, enjoy. Beers and party, please, in YouTube. And on Twitch. Might as well celebrate both places. Yeah.
Very crisp shadows here, huh?
Yeah.
It just goes from bright daylight to pitch black.
It's really weird with the with this landscape. I like the red though, red and grey, and then you've got like the yellow and black on Bloom. Oh, it looks nice.
Which still makes sense because it's a different planet, different solar system.
Well,
so
yeah, absolutely.
Differently than Earth.
Is that sound coming from any air? It is, I think. Good afternoon, game, and thank you, Tengu. I wanted to ask first. It might not be immediate sale. It might be, you know, it'll probably see me for the foreseeable. But with the new streaming things for the 5 series cards, it might be worth eventually going to something like a 5080 Ti when they come out, and that will certainly help me get that. So I really appreciate that, mate. Which one are you going to get? Are you getting the 5090? A what?
I'm not quite sure yet.
No, not you. Tengu, what? Are you actually going to pick one up, do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm upgrading for sure.
Nice.
But if it's gonna be 80 or 90, I'm not sure. I wanted water cooled this time.
Yeah.
Because my 3080 Ti is running 100 degrees on the hotspot.
100 degrees?
Yeah, for some reason.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy.
I think the thermal paste might have gotten, I don't know, corroded or something.
Right, let me see what they sell here. No. Oh, I don't think the shop terminal works here. But this is the sort of stuff, if you look around here and you see these like helmets and, you know, pyro-specific items, I'd love to grab this stuff and take it back through to Stanton, because I know people would really want them. Ooh, Conway, thank you so much. Beers and party, please. You what, Deke?
I opened the door and a guard with a gun was just pointing right in my face. Excuse me, sir.
He's probably freaking out from that mantis.
Barking on you.
Yeah. Yo, 3D boy, how you doing? MSI do. Yeah, I used to go for EVGA, but unfortunately, they're no longer doing the video stuff. It's all good. I saw the new streaming stuff, so I get it. But yeah, the 5090 is what you're going for. When does that release then? Do we have a date for them? Yeah, 1-inch punch.
The 30, January 30
Oh, okay.
for the 80 and 90.
Not too far off then. That's good.
Yeah, you can only sell stuff here, apparently.
I think that's a bug. I think we're supposed to be able to buy things here, but it's just not happening. Which is fine. I'm not looking to trade here right now.
Well, you can buy it from the tables.
Well, that's true. Yeah. There's a weird sound. Is it just the... It sounds almost like thunder, but it's not. Is it a ship? Or is it just the location?
Keep an eye. By the way, if you didn't check my message earlier, we need the Vulcan quantum drive.
Yes, no, I did see that. Yeah, okay.
So if we bump across it, because Urkel hasn't updated yet for Pyro, where to buy stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh,
a few places only, but not everything.
Rightio. Yeah, let's take a look at this ship then. I think it had its shields on, didn't it? So I don't think there's a lot we can do to it, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly, Steve. See, that's... So either the 9800 or the 9950 X3D in the 50 series. But as I say, with Tengu's 4090 for now, that will certainly do me proud. It's the sound of emergent gameplay, yeah.
Well, technically, the 40 series should also be compatible with the AV1 color.
Yes, yeah, I believe it is.
Just yeah, it's just the 3000 series that aren't.
Right. Well, that's the thing, you know, that 4090 will be more than a decent upgrade anyway. So it's not like I need to go 50 series, but we'll see how they turn out and whatnot. But yeah, the AV1 is what I need, just to kind of make sure that things are optimal. Yeah, there's nothing we can do with this, because it's in midair and it's got its shields on. It must be...
They say that AV1 is the new MP3, so...
Oh, is it? Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be just as game-changing as MP3 was.
Oh, I hope so. That'll be really nice. Yo, Crazy 88, how you doing? We could probably destroy this ship, because there's no way the owner of this ship is still here. It's a single-seat ship.
It's almost blown up. It's all red.
Yeah, it's been obviously taken out quite a bit. The owner has probably died long ago. So I say we take it out and see if we can take the weapon and take any components out of it.
You want me to see if I can push it down to the ground for you?
No, because it's still shielded. So we need to destroy it anyway. I can't do anything with it if it's shielded. And I can't get on board. You can't get on board single-seat ships without interiors because
but you can check the... What is it called? Internal storage?
Well, if there is anything in the internal storage, it'll drop it in a box, won't it? So we can have a look, but yeah. And then we just shoot it. Yeah, negative 273.
Instantly turning to violence.
Well, it's a violent ship. I'm sure it's used to it. As I say, like when it comes to determining whether these ships are fair salvage or not, it's always a case-by-case case until we get the ability to actually scan and get that information. I'm looking at this ship that looks like it may have been here a little while. It's damaged. It's a single-seat ship without a way of logging out in. So if the player is still here, I think we would have seen him by now. And I get the impression that it's just been left. So, to me, it's more of like a higher percentage chance that this is fair salvage. And no one's, you know, using it right now. Especially as it's in midair without landing gear. And it's damaged. And there's no one around. So, yeah.
I found some more food and water for us.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'll keep looking around. Are you alright shooting it? Because you've probably got a better weapon, haven't you?
Getting into my ship.
Okay.
Blast him a new one.
Nice. If you strip the ship like this for parts, how much do you think you would make? It depends on what people are willing to pay for the components, because if it's likely going to be default components and weapons that I can't sell to shops, so or I could, but for very little. Although I don't think you can at all. So it's going to be whatever they have on board is going to be sold to a player. So I don't know how much that's worth. It obviously each player is different in terms of like what they consider value, you know. Save the components, don't use them yet. Conway, what are you talking about, sorry? Yeah, everything in Pyro's fair salvage. But saying that, I'm still going to approach it in a non-aggressive way as such for as long as possible. That might need... We'll see if we can open up the ports and things. Nice one, Deke. That was a good soft landing there. Like, I don't think... Like, I wouldn't just shoot someone's ship because we're in Pyro.
This one has been dead for a while.
Yeah, and we can't take these weapons
You could
off.
even see some corrosion on the top surface. So it's been here for a while.
Yeah. Like I say, it's always a case by case. You kind of make a judgment based on what you've seen in the past, and yeah, I feel like this is fair salvage. Especially single seat ships, fighter ships. They're not likely going to be logging in and out. Where are the components? I thought they were on the top.
I don't think the Inferno has components yet.
It should do. I'm pretty sure it's a gold standard ship. Wasn't it? I think.
The boot is empty though.
No missiles. Unless that's just dodginess going on there. Maybe you're right. Maybe it doesn't have any components. Does everybody know if it has components or not? Yeah, Ramoyne, we're back.
Any open panels on it before though?
I swear, in the past, I've jumped up on top and opened them up and seen what's inside. Oh, here's some missiles. Can I get them? No. I wonder if we have to destroy it to get access to stuff. They're on top, aren't they, 90s? Yeah, thank you, mate. Keep having a look on top. See if there's any access panels there. You need another ship to see what the scan says. If unavailable under its org, it's one you can do with as you please, really. So if your friend could have ran a scan and see if it was abandoned or so. Does it actually... I know where usually it just says unavailable, doesn't it? In like... all the time. I've never seen it say anything else. That might be different if a player's sat in it, but yeah, I don't recall it ever seeing anything else. So I don't know if that is that a genuine way to tell. Oh, I see. Makes me a unicorn, and no, you are thinking of jumping on top of the Firebird. You are? Oh no, no, I'm sure this has had it as well. I'm a unicorn. Oh, here they are, look. So radar and scanner, they are marked. It's just the question is, where's the button? Ah, here it is. Excellent. I'm not losing my mind. That looks like a button, but it doesn't look like it opens. So we can take some of these out. Let me see if there's any more. Yeah, here it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, the cooler's gone. Has someone taken the cooler? Oh boy, this is a bit bouncy.
Some defense here because I'm not seeing what you're seeing. That's not opening for me.
A hurricane. That is a good quantum drive from what I understand. Size 2, mind, so I can't use it, nor can you.
Yeah, step up from Vulcan.
Nice. Well, Vulcan at size 1, isn't it?
That.
Someone
The
will want
Vulcan
it.
is size 1, yeah, that's the one we need.
Ow!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Quick, get off!
Oh, easy, boy. Easy.
It's like a stallion.
It doesn't want to die. Come on, stop it. Stop fighting.
Has it settled?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to make another run at it. This might kick it off again. Yes, whenever one of us jumps on it.
Gosh, that is huge.
Got the shield generators. They look quite fancy.
What are they called?
Yorm Trenta. Size 2s.
Default.
Are they all default?
Yeah.
Well, people will still want them, I think. Size 2 shields. They're not too bad. No, it's not actually difficult to sell to random players.
Fancy.
Yeah, they do, don't they? All you need to do is... oh, I can't get that stuff. That's the... Oh, it's the relay node. All you need to do is... Oh, arrange with a player to come to your hangar to grab the item and then put it in the freight elevator and store it for themselves, and then they'll pay you, and then they can take that and load it into their own, right? That, to me, isn't all that annoying. It's quite a straightforward process. But, obviously, if there are bugs, it can be a little frustrating at times. But, yeah, no coolers, weirdly enough. Unless it's there and I'm not seeing it.
Some.
It definitely should, yeah. Has someone taken the cooler? Surely not. I can't imagine they would have.
Unless I blew them up.
Well, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense. Yo, Zach, how you doing? Persky, welcome. Yesterday, I managed to get 32 SEU of Weevil from Vaughn mission. Got back to Hex and tried to spawn my Atlas, so unloading would be easier, and that broke my Polaris with the eggs inside. No. Oh, that's painful.
No, it's not the Yeti. It's the Morocco birds flying around making noises. The Yeti isn't in the game yet. Not
Yeah,
that we know of.
How you doing, Figment? The Yeti. That would be funny when we do
Yeah,
see
somebody
that.
asked in chat if it was the Yeti we saw or heard.
Yo, Rockhopper. So they're competition shields, which are probably the best right now. So again, if anyone sees anything that we're unloading, we can by all means arrange to trade. Just, I haven't set it up on Discord yet, but by all means DM me on Discord, and I'll, you know, with the price that you want to pay, and we can arrange it.
Well, ideally, if they could bring us 2 Vulcan quantum drives from Stanton, then we could trade with that.
Yeah, if anyone finds any Vulcan quantum drives, let us know. We'll happily do a trade or whatnot. We are in need of those. So if you come across them,
Desperately, actually. We
yeah,
can't get anywhere.
we'll have to frog hop everywhere otherwise. Yeah, me too, Digital Tengu. It's going to be really nice to see this new patch come along and hopefully rectify a lot of these issues that we're all dealing with, like what Persky outlined there. Variety News, do you know what will be included in the new patch? We don't know specifically, no. I'm expecting a lot of fixes for the problems that we are dealing with today. I'm just going to open this other cupboardy. It's me shooting. But also, hopefully some other things. But yeah, they haven't outlined yet anything, so I don't know. Good little hidey holes, these. People might not think to look in there. Kayatoshi, welcome. Anytime you want to save time or make the game more convenient, the game detects fun and fucks you over. Yeah, it does. Malfarius, welcome. No, it does.
Man, this
Big
red
Cat,
flag
welcome.
looks amazing with the flashlight.
Yeah, like when we were going up that hillside, seeing that grass against this grey is cool. Let's just fly around this local area. I need a wee first, but let's just fly around this local area and see if there's anything close by. Like up on top of these, can you see those wind farm things up on the top? Looking towards your ship. So there's probably other areas around the vicinity that we can check out. Yeah, well, Basseps, it depends on the alien. Certain aliens do poo. I think the Xi'an poo in some sense, don't they? I can't remember what they've said about that, but the lore team have outlined a lot of this stuff. In fact, no, I think it's the Banu. No, read up on the Gatak. Not Sulin. What's the other one? The other Xi'an hauler. The Raylin. I'm just going to have a wee deek. Yeah, look up on the Gatak Raylin it speaks about the shared occupancy of either Jean or players. Edison Trent, how you doing? Yeah, it's been hit or miss though. Sometimes we're doing all right. Sometimes it's absolute trash. Are you having struggles, Hero? I'll just have a wait and then I'll be back, guys. 2 minutes. Right, let's explore and see what we can see around here. Because a lot of these places have more like sub-locations or sub-points of interest.
Be careful when you fly around. I took damage on my nose without hitting anything.
Was that within this sort of area compound here or just in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was checking out these trees and those wind farms there, and I took damage. Now I got a red nose.
Okay. Oh, Ralphan's gonna buy them for what's that? The shields, Ralph. 70k each, and bring some Vulcan quantum drives. Good man. How much are the Vulcan quantum drives?
They're 25. No, 24k each.
24. Okay. Well, that works out all right then. Thank you, sir. We can knock the difference off. I've got no. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I said.
There you go. Are you able to salvage those drives? Or are they gone? Oh.
I blew up too.
Oh, okay, Ralph, then deals off. Sorry, mate. I'm off to get a beer. I'll be back in a sec. Let me just grab a beer.
I was flying so slow. Not even a meter per second, and I still blew up.
Do you want a beer, Deke?
Yep. Bring two for me.
Back at the pyro jump gate. Oh, where have you respawned, Deke? Same place? Has he gone for a beer? Todd, how you doing? Yeah, absolute pain. If we can, we'll go back and grab that gear. Beer for everybody. Now's, yeah. If it's not one thing. Yo, Frood, how you doing, sir? Flipping invisible geometry. I don't know what it was. Deacon warned me. He warned me. And I still hit it. And then he hit it. Oh, no. Not the stupid default suit. We need to try and go back there. And... Nice one. Did you go and get a beer or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought two.
It's that kind of game session, I think. SM, how you doing? Right, we hopefully can get that stuff back. This is why, like, it's a real dilemma when it comes to playing the preview, because I want to play it and knowing that my progress will continue on to the live build encourages me and entices me to play. But sometimes it can do more harm than good. Oh man, look at this. Wow. Look at that view. You don't get that Stanton, do you? Not a Stanton view at all. Flipping heck. Right, let's head back. Have a look out that window, T.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, man, that's amazing view. I can't wait to see Nyx, Castra, Terra. Just as the as Star Citizen's world expands, we are going to see some really cool locations. Not to mention the old locations are going to get updated with more visuals, more biomes, like we've seen with swamps and oh no, I paid the I didn't mean to pay that.
They could really use an SRV to clean up this place just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hey, it's probably a good idea if anyone's got one. Ryan SMB. Oh, which one? Don't be sending any cash if that's what you're doing, Ramoyne. But my in-game character's Arthur Cam here. But if you mean my main one, that's Ryan SMB. Chewbacca, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, understandable, 3D boy. I think you're not alone in that sense of, losing excitement. It'll come back, but obviously there's certain things that need to be in place before they do. Mr. ASCII, welcome. Do you know if hauling contracts are working? I don't think so. I think some of them work, like the entry one works. Maybe some of the other tier hauling missions work, but not all of them. Todd, welcome. Thank you so much.
So, Ryan,
just in time,
I think we know what happened to that inferno we found.
What?
What just happened to us?
You reckon? You reckon it hit that and then just sort of flopped itself down onto the pad?
Yeah, there's something invisible in the air up there that it hit.
It could have been. It certainly could have been. It's weird that its landing gear was up. It was a very strange situation, that.
And then he just called it quits.
Oh, yes, Ramoyne, I see. Yeah. I'll, we'll arrange something and... That was a bit early. And then, yeah, get into game and come into the hangar. It'll probably be back in Stanton anyway, so... Yeah, it's we're not going to do that while we're in Pyro. But once we've gathered enough gear to warrant flying back, which I don't know if that's going to be possible in this preview build, because every time we get something, there's that potential that we're just going to lose it again. But we'll certainly sort something out. Chewbacca, maybe not on this account, but when I do stream with my main account, everyone can jump in and join in, and we'll be heading through the Pyro. So keep that in mind when I'm on my main. This is like off-grid Zero to Hero stuff. So when I'm playing on my main account, which we may do on Friday, we can all jump through and give it a go. Oh, you're coming with me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And yeah, see how we get on, because this is more of like a struggle along kind of game. No, we're not role-playing in Territus, but we're role-playing, but without role-playing, if you know what I mean. I'm not a good role-player. Hey, Puck, how you doing? Welcome. It got yeeted by the cleanup 4 to 5 times in one day. Hopped on the next and keep... You're joking. Do you mean the updated cleanup process of getting rid of ships? Nvidia Lucas, how you doing? Oh, yeah, so Lucas has been doing hauling missions in Stanton for the last few days, no problems. So they might be working all right. Nexian, welcome. All I know is they fixed the dupe for FPS weapons that made the game more enjoyable, fucked up repairing, and still haven't fixed the landing surface screen. It's coming, don't worry. Do I get gassy from non-alcoholic beverages? I don't know. I'm generally gassy, full stop. So I can't guarantee if that's from non-alcoholic beer or you know, something I've eaten. A community bar, maybe my hangar in my on my main account we can set up as a bar. That would be kind of cool. Get some what do you call it in it? Some beers, some seats, some boxes to tables and whatnot. I think that would be quite fun, actually. Oh man, I can't make it now. I've got to jump to Monarchs.
They just released a bar chair as a
yeah, they did, didn't they? I don't think I get that though. Not for free anyway. But there's plenty of stools you can buy in, you know, the store. So maybe we'll do that. All right, we'll jump into Monarchs first. We'll refuel at what do you call it again? Checkmate. Is it Checkmate?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, we'll refuel there. Yeah, we'll probably do that Friday, Kev, where we all jump in again. I want to take the Reclaimer through to Pyro, so I need crew. I'll try and fly it through the jump point. I'm a bit concerned about that, and I apologize if I kill everyone. Arif, welcome. But we also need, you know, security. I think APOC wants to bring his Polaris. So, yeah, there's plenty we can do. Max Skinny, welcome. I'm good at RPing as a streamer, yeah. Very funny. Yeah, get rid of him. Come on. Purple roof. We call that your ship getting matrixed. I like that. Have they fixed the Reclaimer? Oh god, why? What's wrong with it? I mean, I know there's a few things wrong with it, but what specifically? I hope so. Carisano, welcome. At the moment, it's hard enough to get something done, so alone is a better choice. Done alone, yeah, exactly. It's since the patch released, it was always with its problems, but they've gotten worse and worse. They've hotfixed where they can, and that's all we're going to see for the probably on the preview build for the next week, 2-3 weeks, while they're putting the PTU through its waves. Yeah, we still need the Vulcan quantum drives, Ralph. We'll try and find something to trade with. Hopefully we can get these back up.
To be fair, we have enough money to buy them from him.
Well, that's it. I've got enough right now, but we'll see how we get on. How is the game going to develop with another director quitting? Who's quitted now? It's not one person who creates the game, Mac. It's not one person. There's 1,100, if not more of them. So don't worry about people quitting. If Chris quits, there might be problems. But, yeah, there's it doesn't matter who goes. At the end of the day, as good as someone might be as a director, as anybody, really, it's they're mostly expendable, right? In all fairness, there's talent everywhere. Yeah, they probably have several hundred direct. Yeah, there's one person doesn't make the game. But yeah, who quit? I haven't heard who quit. Yes, thank you,
And one
Eric.
could argue that it's the player base creating the game.
Well, we're certainly helping. We're helping to find the problems.
At the very least, we're defining it.
Yeah. Oh, Carl Jones. No, it's at the end of the day, it's not odd after 12 years of some people moving on. It's a shame when Jay Lee quit. It's a shame when Ray left. It's a shame when Todd couldn't continue on. But we're like in any job, people come and go all the time. Their priorities change. Their life change. Something could have gone wrong. We just don't know. But there is nothing to be concerned about when people are just moving about their jobs. That's absolutely normal in any company, let alone one with 1,100 staff, right?
He could also be part of the squadron team, which many of them won't be needed anymore,
Well, there
which
is
is
that.
hard fact.
Certainly could be. Yeah, high
You don't
turnover
need
rate, absolutely.
you don't need a cement pour to install your electricity, like we talked about before.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, like directors are, what do you call them? Like like upper echelons. So replacing a director will be a lot harder than replacing a junior developer in whatever field. But at the same time, the company is quite well oiled right now, and there will be someone to step. It's like, you know, Todd Pappy left, which was a big shame. Love Todd, and a real asset to the game, but Steve Tyra stepped into his shoes, and he's doing a great job anyway. So it's not always a negative thing. Not that, you know, I just wish them well. That's all I can say. The people, when they leave, thank you for the service, and I wish them well on their future endeavors. TJ, welcome. Lasowski,
Yeah, I wouldn't
welcome.
be worried.
No, I'm not. Nothing to be worried about at all, is there? Is 4.0 in this patch still... It's getting less and less fun. So there is still fun to be had, but it's fewer and far further between than it used to be, just because of the various issues. So yeah, I think it might be I'll be playing this less in this in this style for now, because it's getting harder and harder to progress, and we need that progression. We need that consistency. Otherwise, it's just constantly running into a wall. Playing with my main account might be a bit easier because I can jump in and I can take those hits more, whereas, you know, because I'm not starting off zero to heroing until we get the PTU 4.0.1 out to live. Would you be okay with me to... Yes, absolutely. Like I said, on Friday, we'll probably jump in with my main account, and those who want to jump in and join in can you're more than welcome to do so. I'm actually not sticking to one planet for my off-grid stuff. Bloom is definitely a place that I could live there. It is phenomenally beautiful. Right, let's just go to the space station. Especially with those clouds and the sun and the yellowy grass. But I want to explore and I want to travel around. So my off-grid stuff, although right now I am at Bloom, like the next episode's in Bloom, the next one after that will probably be in Bloom. Oh wait, it's not Checkmate, is it? Is it Checkmate where I need to be?
Unless that plot is more enticing.
Well, yeah, I still haven't seen it yet.
We haven't gotten that far yet.
No. Can I refuel at one of the L2 stations, do you think? Do you think it would work?
Yeah, it should work. They have
Okay.
paths like Port Trisla.
We'll do that then. But yeah, so I would like to spread around a bit more, because essentially off-gridding in Pyro, it's not like Astor's Clearing, where I'm kind of calling Astor's home, where I would go and live there for a long duration and keep returning to it. I'm more nomadic in Pyro, because Pyro isn't my home. Stanton is more my home than Pyro is. So we'll see what we get, and then jump back through. Scott, how you doing?
Home is where your heart is.
Well, yeah, home is where you park your cutter.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll just come up with that now. I'm going to keep sticking to that one. Vigorous, welcome. And Opeth, I don't believe so. No, I don't think we're going to see a wipe for 4 point... Is that Checkmate? Where's Checkmate? We shouldn't see a wipe. They've stated that they're not planning to do one. Obviously, with these duping issues, they could, but I don't believe so. Oh, hang on, no, we're at the L2. Where is it? Oh, I'm so lost. It must be this one then. No, that's not it. Let me just try and find it on the map. So, PYR2. It's not letting me see it. I just don't know where it is.
Didn't it
from
have a
here.
name? To try L2.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Let's see
It
if it
doesn't
has
seem
a
to let me
name.
search for it though. Ah, found it. 8.6 kilometers. That's not too far at all. I think we're okay. Oh no, that's just the marker for it. That's not the actual space station.
No, that's what I meant. If you search for L2, you should see the name of the
No, it didn't come up.
mining thing.
It didn't show.
Oh yeah, it's Pyro, so it might not even have a mining station there.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't think it's going to be
Refinery.
like the refinery. Yeah, but the problem is there should be. I don't know where the physical station is itself, because often these markers for the space stations can be a bit hit or miss, can't they? And I can't find it. I'm in the vicinity of it.
Well, what's that white moon you're next to? Don't you think you can refuel there?
I'm not sure. Let me just try and mark this place, if I can, with a marker and then set that as my quantum point. Yeah, it's not. So there's that. Let me route to it. Okay, I think we found it. I think this might help us. No, that's not helping. Ay, this is annoying. We may have to just go to checkmate because it's much more consistent. If I can find... We're 1 gigameter away from it, like the actual station. Oh, hang on, no, that's weird. That's sending me in a completely different location. I'm just going to jump to checkmate because it's more consistent in finding it. These are the ones without the actual way markers make it almost impossible. Yes, Chewbacca. I'm reluctant to go down planet side to do it just in case, but we'll. I know checkmate works, so we'll just go to checkmate and refuel there. There may be what with the refueling UI bug, TJ. I think that's still a problem. We'll have to be quick. Logan, how you doing? In live, yeah, you could do it anywhere on any you can do the live, the off-gridding in 324.live. The only downside is nothing carries over in the 324 branch. Once you finally jump into 4.0, once that's taken away, which it will eventually be taken away when the the 4-point branch gets released and pushed to live, anything you've progressed within 3 series will be gone. Which to some people it's a big deal. To me, it doesn't really bother me too much because I know it's all going to get wiped eventually, but right now I enjoy the progress of living in Pyro and living in the 4-point branch, regardless of whether that's Stanton or Pyro. But yeah, you can do it now if you want.
It's still rough starting with 5k.
Yeah.
Fuel cost like 20k.
Well, I still get rid of all my cash when I jump in for the first time, and just sort of go from there. But it does make it hard, like you say, when you've got other bills, big bills. What we got here?
Or if you lose a wing.
Or that, yeah, that doesn't help. That gets really expensive. Don't know who that is. Looks like a cutter there. There he is. That's what I was scanning for, is to see if I could reveal the actual space station. But it was over a gigameter away, 1 gigameter away, so it wasn't showing up. Sir Leo Frick, welcome. I personally think so. I haven't played 324.4.3, sorry, might be a little bit more consistent right now, with different bugs, whereas 4.0, it depends on what you do. Let's put it that way. Playing either, there are issues, but depending on what you like to do and want to do, you may have an easier or a harder time. Because I don't generally do missions, I just fly around and live out in the sticks. 4.0 is absolutely fine for me, barring crashes occasionally, very, very rarely, but, we still have those 60k black screen problems. Colo, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs, my friend. Beers and party, please. Thank you so much. You changed your name. What was it before? Surlio. What have you changed it to? Oh, what have you changed it from? And Colo, thank you so much for the gift subs there, mate. Yeah, flying around a volcano, it certainly has that feel about it. Hear you applaud, he is more than a man. Are you getting your ship from here, or are you staying in mine?
I'll just ride with you.
Roger.
More convenient for the time being.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I think if you're not playing 4.0 now, wait until 4.0.1 goes live, which I'm expecting to be no more than 4 weeks. Technically, it shouldn't be much more than 2 or 3, you know, but it really depends on how what they want to get done before they push it to live and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see. Whoa. Alright, we're fine. Nothing worse than hearing your pilot freak out. I don't know what region I'm on. Is it US? Do you know?
I think you took Beth, so that's probably EU.
EU. Roger, roger. But yeah, if you can see the cam in a server, by all means jump in and bring your SRV if you want to clean up places. But yeah, we'll be flying
EU,
around.
because our ping is only 50 milliseconds.
That's a good way of telling, isn't it? Yeah, wait for 1.0 and avoid all the annoying bugs. Someone commented on YouTube saying, such a waste of time playing 4.0 right now. It's like, well, if you feel that way, don't play it. It's as simple as that. Like, it's not... You're not wrong, you know? It is.
They're just engagement farming.
Yeah. No, I think they genuinely feel that way as a commenter, but it's just don't play it then. Simple as that, you know. Wait until it's like, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you're not enjoying what you're playing right now, stop playing, please. Wait until it's fixed, less buggy, you know. That was checkmate, Erif. Right as you go into the US server. Typical. Opeth, thank you so much for the 4-month resub. Beers and party, please. When this new NVIDIA update comes out for that streaming eye contact thing, I'm totally gonna play with that as a joke and just sort of see what it looks like. Yeah, Avocado, I agree. 4.0 when it's working is phenomenal. That's why I'm extremely happy with what we got for the end of the year, because it sets us up for this year, and I'm hoping that the 4.0.1 can rectify these issues that we're dealing with and just fix it, you know, get it so that we're just enjoying and playing. I don't know when it's going up, Shield. I was hoping to get started on it today, but I didn't have enough time, so chances are, what are we on now, Wednesday, Friday morning, it's probably going to be Sunday or Monday, most likely Sunday that it goes live, because with now seeing potential patches, if nothing happens on like Friday, oh no, the Friday video will probably be covering the 4.0.1 PTU update, but we'll see about maybe working on it and then getting it up on Sunday, I suppose is the next chance I'll probably get.
Do you really think you're mentally prepared for an AI to roast your gaming?
No, that was so weird.
That was so weird, man.
It's like
so cringe.
It's kind of handy.
Like, embarrassed on his behalf.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, that AI is spicy. It's kind of helpful, but you know that's why we have real life mods. I don't want to have this AI guy coming in and being all like, you sucked doing that, didn't you? Let's clip it and send it out to everybody. It's like, whoa.
No, that's what you got me for.
Well, yeah, exactly. Winter, how you doing? Welcome. The US server is doing pretty well over the past few days that you've been playing. Have you had any of those, like, black screens, Mac? Or, like, 30Ks and things? You don't have to sub for me to answer questions, Opeth. I will answer them anyway, my friend. In fact, I best not say that. No, of course, I'll answer them anyway. I appreciate it, though. I really do. The response streamers, is that what they call us? The reason why I started streaming, as I've said in the past, is to hang out with you lot, not to... I mean, at least sometimes it gets hard to keep up with chat and whatnot while I'm playing, especially when it gets intense, but I like chatting to you all. Deplorable welcome. Just click between wallet and landing, and, well, thankfully it seemed to work. But I believe you've got to be quite quick to start with, otherwise you have to maybe do what you're talking about there. Yeah, nice one, TJ. Does shipping log out work in live? In 4.0 it does. I'm not sure about live because I haven't played it for a while, but the only issue I've had with logging in planetside in my ship has been when I got stuck in the geometry when I got out of bed. Whether that wasn't like a login issue. The whole process of logging in and out worked fine. It was more of an interaction issue getting out of bed. But yeah, most times it works absolutely fine. In fact, every other time it's worked fine. Gene, welcome. Trivia question. July 27th, 2013 gave the original backers the you've asked this one. The AMX repair bot. Given repair drones exist, bot caused curiosity. Perhaps an internal system. Oh, I see. Sorry. No, I think they just meant drone. I think at the time it was just their terminology that they used for a drone, not necessarily, a bot as such. It's likely going to be just a floating drone. I think we had an image of it as well at some point where you could see it. Where were we just at, Deacon? Can you remember the name of the location? Fallows Field, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or Fallow Field.
I don't know about going back there, though.
Well, what I'll do is I'll land outside and see if we can get those items back. But I won't fly in. I'll land outside and we can see about walking in.
Yeah, I was just trying to fly a little bit closer to see if I can see your body and stuff. And then boom.
You were coming to help. It's like, wait, I can come and help. The record breaker skin.
Quicksand story.
Yep, typical starcitizen story that. Squadron 42 mission disc. Yeah, there's a lot of cool old account stuff that I'm looking forward to getting eventually. Albright, it seems alright. The only issue we've had today has been invisible geometry that we flew into. Other than that, it's actually been perfectly fine. But that, that's just one small experience for like about an hour or 2 hours, or maybe an hour and a half of gameplay. Oh, but Apoc said he spent 16 hours playing yesterday without a single game-breaking issue. I take it that's on the hotfixed, the latest hotfix one, is it, Apoc? But then others can't even log in. Yeah. Yo, Cybin, how you doing? You had a good idea to encourage server cleanup. If your ship is salvaged by players, it reduces the claim time. The owner will have the option to spawn a beacon to... Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of it, but I'm not sure how that would work with all the facets of salvage and the legalities and criminality and whatnot. Because it might be salvaged by a pirate, and then you're like, wait a minute. That's... like an oddity in that whole thing. Interesting idea. You only get discouraged when I have gear and ships set up like I want. Yeah, absolutely. It's still not quite at that point, is it, to do that? Because it can get a bit frustrating when things go wrong. There's a cutter here, I believe. I don't think it's my own. Yeah, one more time. How you doing? Thinking of upgrading the Constellation Andromeda to the Polaris. That's quite an upgrade. Quite a step up. Do it. Oh, obviously it's your own choice. But yeah, it's very different ships, of course, for different roles completely. Okay, my ship is appearing to be... my marker is up in the air for it, I believe. But I wonder if the items have dropped. So what I'm going to do is put it down out here, and we can go running in. Oh, please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. There you go, mate. Now one. Hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. Running my own merc group and Polaris would work for me. In that case, do it. Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's go and see. We haven't got a tractor beam or anything, so we can't actually pick those things up, but we can at least
No, they're
search
hanging up
for
there.
one. No, that's my
Top of the mountain.
That's my landing gear.
Oh, I think I see my body.
Oh, do you?
I have a death marker.
Nice. That's a win.
But it is up on that big arch. How do we get up there?
I think we need to fly into the doom of invisibility. That might be where the components are sitting as well. I'm hoping they've fallen down and we can grab them from down here somewhere, but I'm slightly less optimistic about that.
I'm gonna see if I can climb this mountain. I doubt it.
Yeah, let me know how you get on.
Nope. Oh. Might end up breaking my legs.
Tycho, how you doing? I'm just going to look around here, Deke, and see if I can find those items.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, flipping out, that NPC scared me then.
Let's hope they didn't get pissed at us for blowing up in their little town.
We removed a dodgy-looking ship from their whole spot.
That was a bad idea.
Are you dead?
I'm encamped.
Oh, I ain't got a med pen, I don't think. Where are you?
Nope.
Okay, let me go and see if I can get one.
Just see if you can get your equipment. You had a med gun.
Yeah, but it'll probably take me a bit longer to do that. What I'm going to try and do is look around inside the shop to see if I can find a med pen to buy, and then come and get you. This is preview, Muffy Man. Yeah, the PTU hasn't gone out yet. That should be tomorrow. About that podcast you and Jack were in, where can I find it? It should be on Paul's Astropubs. It was in regards to hauling and the updates that we're talking about, all the cargo hauling updates that are sort of rolling out. It was only maybe a couple of months back, maybe a bit longer, towards the latter half of this year. The tractor beam there. I don't think I can buy anything from this terminal though. Nope.
There was a med pen on the desk, on the center desk.
The circle one.
I think it's on the other side. Yeah, over there, I think.
Oh, I'm not seeing it. Bit of a dark shop.
So you can't see all the imperfections.
Well, yeah. Can't smell them all. That don't make any sense. They must have one somewhere to buy. They're quite common items, so I would be surprised if they didn't. That's not it. That's sticking through the ground. Typical. I can't just buy one. I can buy a tractor beam.
What about by the multi-tool there? No.
No, I didn't see anything. But at least we know we can get a multi-tool. That shouldn't be a problem. Might have to judo chop an NPC. It might just be taking a long time, TJ. Elite, how you doing? You know it. Yeah, just wait a little bit, TJ. It might take a while, but it might be worth retrying. Sarah Down, welcome. I wouldn't advise low flying around here. We were just taking off and we flew into something invisible. So I would be very, very careful about doing that. Cool place to do it, though, but yeah, be really careful. Got slave pods. Oh, not slave pods, but, you know. Excuse me.
Bounty pods.
Yeah.
It's the politically correct term.
Is it? Can't say slave.
Yeah. Not even Boba Fett's ship is allowed to be called slave anymore.
Oh, okay.
Now it's called Boba Fett's starship.
Is what, the Lego version? Yes, you can get some crazy helmets. Like, part of what I really want to focus on in this is getting the interesting outfits and armors. It looked like severe sunburn. I don't know what was going on there. That might have been a tattoo or something he had. But yeah, getting all the really cool armors and outfits and clothing that are technically unique to Pyro and taking them through to Stanton to sell. We just need a med pen right now. I don't want to chop these guys up because they may come after me. I'm confident we can find one.
Well, you got an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Unfortunately, oh, a weapon. It might mean Deacon's going to be laying on the floor for a good duration of time. Huh? Oh, that's just the way I've come from.
I might be a popsicle, but...
Oh, that's true. Yeah, minus... Blimey, I'm surprised you'll even make it that long. Yes, I ain't got a weapon. I mean, a... device. I can hear another weapon bouncing around in here, so we should be alright for weapons. It's so dark. This guy's just dropped his Valorcana. Ah, a body. Let's check this out. I'll equip that. Oh, no, don't sit down. Oh, blimey.
That looks delicious.
Keep watching.
Oh, no.
Oh, all right.
It's one of those days. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm calling it quits for gameplay today. Ugh. Yeah, I'm calling it quits. We're not doing it. We're not doing that. We'll just chill out and chat. Deacon, I think on Friday, are you joining us on Friday? Although if it's going to be like this, it's probably not worth doing.
Well, hopefully there will be some patches before then.
That's true. Yeah. Hopefully we'll do.
If we get PTU tomorrow.
Well, I mean, yeah, the PTU and the hotfix for the live, it'll be, for the preview, it'll be slightly different. I don't know if we're going to see another. Hopefully, we'll see another hotfix tonight for the preview build. But if it's, we could try jumping in with the Reclaimer and grouping up and heading through to Pyro. So we'll see. But thanks as always, Deke, for joining us. Unfortunately, it was an absolute nightmare.
Yep.
But anyway, I'll catch you in a bit, mate.
Roger.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just not happening. Oh, wait, you can't see the screen, can you? Hang on. It's just one of those days. Hopefully they can get these sorts of things working again. There we go. But yeah, we'll just chill out for the last part of the stream. It's like I say, this is how I approach it. When things work, great. When they don't, I just don't play. I just take a break. Marco, how you doing? You can't even play anymore. Yeah, it's just getting too difficult with this preview build. Hopefully they can hotfix some of those issues. But ideally it'll be 4.0.1, pushing that to live when it's ready. And Julian, welcome. And getting that out so that these problems don't happen. I don't know what it was that killed me there, though, but... Why would I sit down? I didn't even want to sit down. It was an accidental click. I wasn't even trying to sit down, and it was sitting down that killed me. Yeah, I do the same, Vigorous. You know, if you've only got a small amount of time to play... Thankfully, with things like repairing ships, like I like to do that, you know, with RMC, which is few and far between, and my hangar. If I've got 45 minutes, I might jump in and just mess around in my hangar or fix my ship up. But ultimately, it's not long enough, at this time anyway, to get any meaningful gameplay out of it. Like, I'm not expecting things to be persisting overly because, well, I expect it to, but I know there's always a wipe. So I play for the fun of playing, not for trying to progress as such. So if it's not fun, I'll just stop and then I'll come back later. Yes, Burr, welcome. So 4.0.1 is going on to the PTU. Right now, what we're playing is 4.0 preview. We have 3.2, 4.3 on the live build, and then the 4.0.1 will go to a PTU release, you know, on Thursday or Friday. That could either be EPTU or normal. I'm assuming it's just going to be normal. And then once they've worked that through with all the fixes that we need, it sounds like they're going to push that out to be the live build. They may push that to the 4.0 preview channel and leave it there for a little while, because the preview channel is kind of like it's not live, but it's not PTU. It plays like a PTU, but it continues on, like you can progress like it's live. So it's kind of like a mix between the two. But when 4.0.1 goes live, or when they push it to actual live, they will remove the 324 branch. But right now, the preview build has degraded to the point where I probably won't play it. Well, I definitely won't be playing it as much as I usually do. No, not at launch. At launch, what will happen is I expect the 4.0.1 will go live, and 4.0 preview will be gone or will be closed down, and the 324.3 build will be closed down. We may see 4.0. Oh, sorry. Yes, we'll have three options before it goes to launch. So we'll have the preview build tomorrow. We'll have today, 324.3 today, still, and then the 4.0.1 will be another option on the PTU. But when that's ready, that will be the live build, and they'll remove the rest. It's getting quite complicated, but that's the long and short of it. You've not been playing this week, but left my Starlancer somewhere in Pyro after some rock mining, bedlogged after 3 hours of gameplay without issue. Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, when you have a really good game session, it's even more detrimental maybe not to jump in again, because it can ruin all that progress. So, for example, like Gene's doing, if you wait for 4.0.1 to go live, which could be 2, 3, 4 weeks, hopefully lesser, you should just come straight back into where you left your Starlancer. Everything should be there, and you can continue on without those potential bugs stopping. Yeah, exactly, Sam, man. Step away, take a break until they're rectified. Like, to me, it's not a big deal. It's annoying and frustrating when things like that happen in the moment, because it's like, I want to play, and I was enjoying it. But it is what it is. I'm well aware we're playing a work in progress, and right now, the current standard of the patch has degraded. So I'm happy just to wait. Sure thing, TJ. Thank you, my friend. Catch you on Friday, hopefully. Yeah. Sven, welcome. Yeah, you need to have a bit more time to settle into playing Star Citizen. You can't just be like, I've got 10 minutes, let's, give it a quick go. 4.0.1 will likely be a soft reset back. It could be. It certainly could be. Yeah, that might happen. Carlos, how you doing? Welcome. You have found cause why they will focus on quality of life in 2025. They want to make the game as attractive as possible for players who want to come over from Squadron. I mean, that's not why. They're not like thinking, oh, well, when people play Squadron, we want them to see Star Citizen in a good place. They're focusing on, I mean, obviously that's a part of it, yes, but they're working on quality of life because the Foundation is at the point where they can now consistently do that without other things getting in the way. That's just like if you separate, if there wasn't even a squadron, they would still be focusing on quality of life right now for 2025 because the foundational tech is where it is. So it gives them that option to get on with it, right? It gives them that that foundation to actually create the quality of life, if that makes sense. But absolutely, when Squadron does release and people are playing it, they don't want someone to jump over to the PU and be like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" But just the natural order of things is how it would work anyway. We should, I mean, all those ships that they outlined at CitizenCon, we should be seeing, hopefully, all of those come this year. Last year, did they miss out 3 or 2 of them? They didn't quite get up, but the rest they did. So they're doing the same thing. A lot of them are unannounced. A lot of them we already know about. Backlog ones. Some of them are brand new. It does require a lot of patience. Yeah, playing this alpha requires a huge amount of patience. Yes, of course. Could you drop the Discord link in YouTube chat for me, please, Sandman, for Gene? Yes, the hacking ship was missed, which makes sense, because we don't have hacking. Yeah, the Legionnaire, that's the one. In normal game development, you would do like... Oh, sorry, no, I think the main priority for working on quality of life is because we are playing a playable product. I think it's more of a secondary win that they're focused on, that when people play Squadron in 2026, that they'll come to Star Citizen and it be playable. The primary is they have active players and they want to make it as solid and stable as possible. Everything else is just like a side win, I would say. But it's like I say, now that the foundation is almost done, they can work. It's more consistent with fixing issues because the foundation being sort of half-baked creates issues that they can't really deal with. So yeah, playability, stability, content for 2025 is now possible because the foundation is there. It wasn't possible before, is what I'm saying. The announced ships are worked on in 2025 and not released in 2025 since they need about... Well, not necessarily. It depends on the ship. Big ships need more time, but the ships that they outlined at CitizenCon, those however many it was, they're aiming to release them in the next 12 months, maybe 12 to 18 with what they said at CitizenCon. But yeah, like we saw last year, what they outlined at CitizenCon last year, they got all but one out, and some others that I don't think was even part of that. Thank you, Sandman. That's the link there, Gene. Yeah, so the smaller ones, and again, it'll be lined up with types of gameplay that's releasing. So ones that suit gameplay now will come first. Near-term gameplay updates will bring the ships that are suited for that, but then, like base building, I don't think we're going to see until the sort of latter part of that 18-month window, and so things like the Pioneer and whatnot will come later down. Anyone having problems with the Hercules ships not sitting correctly in the hangar? Yeah, that's a known issue. From what I understood, one, like either the back door or the front door aligns fine, but the other one doesn't. So maybe open one and see if that works. Try one door and not the other and see if it actually sorts it out, because I know one was working last time we checked in a PTU build for 4.0, but that could have gone back to being broken again. The back one. So yeah, just use the back one, Opeth. That should be fine. Let me go get another beer, and then we'll, as I say, we'll just chill out for the last hour, because it was getting too difficult. The message was slightly different to what it was last year, before 2023. CitizenCon 23 was to release in 2024, and in SitCon 2024 was to be worked on in 2025. Yes, yeah. So what we heard in 2024 is kind of like what we will see come out this year. You know, everything they outlined, barring the 1.0 stuff, is supposed to be releasing within the next 12 to 18. I'm sure that certain things will slip, certain things may shift, and other things may come in, but from what we saw at CitizenCon, 12 to 18 months is the majority of what we will see there coming in. Did the session end bad? Yeah, we flew into some invisible geometry, both had to respawn, and then Deacon got incapacitated falling down a hill, and I got incapacitated getting out of a chair. So I was like, now's a good time to take a break. As I say, let me grab a beer, and then we'll just chill out. There we go. Right, two minutes, guys. There we go. Right. So what I'd like to sort of talk about actually is what we want to see and what we hope we'll see or think we'll see this year come into the game. Could be tech. Could be features. Could be gameplay. Vehicles. Lacal. How you doing? Welcome. Sounds like one of your wild nights out. Yeah, it pretty much was. Trying to stand up and then... So, crafting. Yeah, crafting's a big one. Got to be engineering. I think that's what we'll see come first, is finishing off what we had hoped for in the original live release. I personally think that's going to be like a 4.0.2 or 0.3 if more time is needed to fix certain issues. Axfan, thank you for the follow. But yeah, I believe we'll see maybe early Feb. See the engineering come in, the transit refactor hopefully as well. That would be a big quality of life improvement. Hacking, yeah, I would expect to see hacking, especially as it'll somewhat be needed in Squadron. And it doesn't sound like they were too far from getting it to a place of showing it off. They just didn't have it in time. The new social systems, yes. I truly hope that we can see a lot of that roll out, because organizing an org in-game is hard. Organizing multiple people in-game can be hard, so having a streamlined way of doing it will be really nice. And they had a lot of cool features with that org stuff. Taka2, thank you for the follow, welcome. But yeah, definitely it'll start with engineering. And that should physicalize the components in the ships. It should make them all interactable. they should balance out all of the components as well to be more like they've done with quantum drives. If you look at quantum drives and how various they are now in terms of their performance and ability, they'll do the same thing with all the other components. And I'm hoping that'll come with the engineering side of things. Yes, mediocre, the quantum system. So, although the stop-start stuff is probably more to do with server meshing and getting it working with that, the actual like quantum boosting and having that new system in would be really nice. Red Rub, how you doing? I'm honestly impressed with this game all over again, after seeing Pyro in the same way I was when I started years ago. The more players that they can get to play simultaneously on one server, the more amazing this will feel. Do you know, I've actually started feeling the same sense of excitement that I have not felt for years. Obviously, throughout this, however long it's been, I've been excited for the game, of course. But it was kind of like a nostalgic feeling of excitement that I got after going into Pyro. And I can't quite put my finger on why, or what it is. But yeah, I feel the same way, Red Rub. Welcome, by the way. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, hopefully a lot more ships go into gold standard, including the MSR. Although I don't know when I don't know if that'll be one that they'll have to hold off on until they've developed a second entrance. But they may be working on it. We don't know. So now, engineering and hacking are separate. They may coexist in some form, but hacking is more... Like, they probably need... And this might be why we haven't had hacking, is because engineering is needed before hacking can come along, so that it's more systemic rather than just a fake type of gameplay, if you know what I mean. Found a lightning with Ardors, but seems I will lose them on ship repair. Oh, what, a ship? A lightning ship? Oh yeah, data courier. That's a good one. I wonder if we'll see that come along. And yes, I guess when we get hacking, we should have counter-hacking at the same time. I can't imagine they would roll out one without the other side of it, you know? Am I planning on upgrading to the 5000 series GPUs for your new streaming system? Yes and no. So Tengu kindly is sending me his 4090 when he upgrades to a 5000 series. Which I will use in my new rig, and then maybe wait and see what the thinking is of the 5000 series, let bugs get ironed out, wait and see what the 5080 Titan or Super is like and costs wise, and see if it's worth upgrading and selling the 4090 to get one of those. But looking at it, the 40 series still allows AV1 and will probably support all of that broadcast streaming stuff. So I should be fine to skip the 5000 generation and stick with the 4090. But until I see all the facts and see what the Super and the TI is like, I don't know. So at this time, probably not. I'll probably just stick with the 4090 unless that is worth doing the, selling that and getting the other one. The other downside is I'd have to buy the 5000 series and then sell the 40 series. I can't just be like, let me just sell my graphics card and then order, once that's paid and been shipped and whatnot. So we'll see. There's a lot of things to work out there. But no, at this time, I'm quite content with, just sticking with Tengu's 4090. Very kindly, thank you. Trivia update, best I could do. The legend on the Saga Data Systems AM1 repair box says, a pilot's best friend, a few experienced flyers would disagree, thanks to a... Oh, sorry. Few experienced flyers would disagree. Thanks to a network of 9 telescopic flex arms, the AM1 can access and repair any standard ship system with ease. It sounds more like it's going to be like a little like R2-D2 that can come out and fix things. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, that was almost a century ago that law was written. So it would be very interesting to see where their plans are now with the AM. I'm sure we'll get the repair bot, but it might just be the AMX-1 repaired drone that can sit in your cargo bay and come out and fix things, rather than it being anything like R2-D2 wise. Wonko, how you doing? Black Intellect, welcome. Was the railing? I think the railing was one of those ships listed, wasn't it, to release this coming year? Yeah, exactly, Ralph. I mean, it's crazy that the 5070 can put out the same performance as the 4090. That's insane. So, especially when you consider the price differences. But we'll see. If it really, all of it depends on how well will I be able to play Star Citizen. And as it stands right now, with a 3080 and a 10900K with 64 gig of RAM, it plays pretty well. So I don't think I will need to upgrade to a 5000 series anyway. Crucible or the Vulcan? Both. No, I have the Vulcan, so I'm going to say the Vulcan. And I think it would start there anyway when it comes to proper ship repair. I don't think they would push for the Crucible, you know, and get the Vulcan out first. Because the Crucible will need a big rework, like we saw with the Pioneer, because they're both old, because they were old ships. What's that, Deacon? That won't be the case. What's that? Sorry. I would like to see some more options for non-combat, non-mining gameplay. Yes, science. So, in terms of like gameplay professions that I think will come along this year, well, engineer being the first one. That's non-combat, non-mining gameplay. That, you know, as someone playing as a dedicated engineer or a group keeping a ship going, that's going to be a lot of fun. Exploration, it would be cool if we could see that come along this year as well. Server meshing was definitely a hold-up for it, so that's potentially now something that can properly expand, as well as bounty hunting, which is obviously combat. Oh, the 4070 won't be equal to the 4090 in Star Citizen, only in games that feature 4 times frame gen, which is currently 2 games. Oh, okay, so in order to support the 5070's benefits, games need to support it first. Okay. I get you. Other than that, I guess hacking could come along. Not that like, hacking, I wouldn't say is necessarily going to be a profession. You could, I'm sure you could make a living as a hacker in-game, and as long as you just take the jobs and get paid well if you're a decent hacker. Like, that's the thing. Like, when they were saying about how refueling isn't going to be one of those proper professions, the reality of it is that it could be, depending on who you are and how much you want to invest your time into that. You should be able to make a good living being a hacker or being a refueler. So I suspect we will see those come out as non-professional roles, you know, like hacking, or non-professional roles, but it will still allow you to do that. It was actually good timing there. Oh, hang on. Thought it lacks the full speech boards. Although it lacks the full speech boards and the emotional memory cores of more expensive models, the trademark whirring and beeping of the AMX is a welcome sound for anyone charting a path. Yeah, definitely it'll need a bit of a revamp, I think, in terms of what it will do and how it does it. But, because when they wrote that, they didn't really have a clue about how it's going to work in game. It was more just putting some lore out to, you know, some sort of broad, non-specific lore. As the narrative team have said in the past, they can't really specify too much. They can't go into too much detail because they don't know. That's the gameplay teams that decide how things work. They have to wait and see. But yeah, the bot will, or the drone will need to get updated. Ah, so it's DLSS 4, is it? I see. Will, how you doing? Should I upgrade my Avenger Titan to the Intrepid for off-grid? No, not specifically. At the end of the day, the Titan will probably be better in combat. Obviously, this depends on your abilities, but if it's you flying the Intrepid and you flying the Titan, you will probably be more combat effective in the Titan because you have better firepower. You've got a size 4 on the nose and 2 size 3 wing guns. It's probably going to be equally fast, if not slightly different. The cargo bay on the Titan, is better suited to hauling cargo because you have 8 SEU as a rectangle, sorry, not as 4 SEU rectangles. So ultimately, you can do a lot more hauling and moving of boxes in Pyro. I would say stick to the Titan. If you've got a Titan, stick to that rather than go for the Intrepid. Nishi, how you doing? You've just pledged for Star Citizen. Should I play the live version or the 4.0 preview? I literally just downloaded the launcher and I'm kind of in doubt. Oh, I would say for the 4.0 version, even though, like, at the end of the day, the 4.0 and the 3.0 series, they each have their own issues and bugs, right? Because it's alpha. That's just how it is. But right now, the 4.0 branch can be either... It's so hard to judge. I would say stick to 4, because anything you do in the 3 series is going to get wiped when 4.0 goes officially live. You can still stay in Stanton for the duration to learn the game with the 4.0 preview build. You don't have to go through the Pyro, but the option's there if you want to. But stay with 4.0, stay in Stanton, learn the ropes. There is some pretty game-breaking bugs right now that, in some cases, it stops people even getting into game. But they will be working on fixes for those right now. That will be coming out soon. And I just feel like it's going to be more interesting and rewarding. The performance is better than the live build. And to be fair, even like the stability and consistency can be a bit hit or miss in either one. But yeah, let me know how you get on, Nishi. Welcome to the cult of Star Citizen, by the way. Yeah, give it a go. I mean, I'm not touching the 3.0 series. The only benefit to the 3.0 series for yourself would be getting to grips with things with maybe a lesser player base, which I wouldn't say is all that important anyway. So yeah, welcome to the verse, my friend. And let me know how you get on. I think they fixed that global chat thing, Wackish. But that's a good point. If you get stuck in game, open up global chat and ask. Most people will be happy to help. But in some cases, there are douchebags. But yeah, most people will be happy to help. And talking of that whole Titan thing, Will, the only real difference between the Titan, not the difference, not one difference, but the benefits of the Intrepid versus the Titan is that it's a modern ship. So it's gold standard. You've got components, physical components. You've got all the weapon lockers and storage stuff that you could possibly need in the Intrepid, whereas the Titan is a much older ship. And in Pyro, having access to a weapon rack, I think the Titan has internal storage, doesn't it? But yeah, I think overall you would benefit from the Titan more right now. But there is a trade-off in terms of just gold standard passes. So it's a difficult one again. Myron, welcome. Oh, it doesn't work for you, but your hanger works again. I thought they fixed that global chat. Well, maybe not then. So engineering, fire, life support. Yes, that we're definitely getting all three in this at the same time. So engineering and life support is needed for fire, of course. And that was all part of the same system, wasn't it, when it comes to like what was pushed out of 4.0. I think it was engineering, life support, fire, and the transit system. Is that right? Cambay, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, there is a lot to do in 4.0. And the beauty is, once you've exhausted Stanton, you've got a whole new system there to explore. It's a lot more dangerous, but it's there. And when it comes to, by the time you may feel ready to go through to Pyro, 4.0 should be live, right? So we shouldn't be dealing with these issues that we're dealing with now as much. Yeah, bunker mercenary contracts, great way of making money. Quite a consistent way, as Carlos says, for FPS stuff. Almost none of us play with friends. We get in the game and we meet people to play with. That's how I did it. I didn't know anybody when I first started out in Star Citizen. I mean, obviously, creating content kind of fills that friend list up, but I still meet people when I'm jumping in either Zero to Heroing or in my main account and friend request. Yeah, Titan's old, it's vintage. Yeah, I still have the Titan on my main account. I've had that since 2015. And I can't wait to see the gold standard on that. It's just going to be so nice. You've asked Overclockers to tell you if they're going to stock a particular 5090. Which one is that one, Co? It would be nice to know when a ship isn't player-owned. Yes, that's one of my biggest gripes ever since whatever caused that to go. So being able to look at a ship and know if it's fair salvage or not is just something that I really want back. That's something we should be seeing roll out this year. That's going to be a massive improvement, is the radars, scanners, and signature system. And we should start seeing more bespoke scanners, more bespoke visors and UI and maybe even apps for the MobiGlass to support the various professions in game as well. So trading, mining, bounty hunting, combat in general, salvaging, getting actually unique items and devices for those roles. What's the most interesting lootable I've found in Pyro? I haven't really found anything that I would class as Pyro unique. The clothing I like. I love seeing the clothing because it's frontier clothing, and I don't think you can get that in Stanton. Whereas everything else, you pretty much can. Like the scorched items, they're all in Stanton. I actually really like seeing the different foods. You know that little jelly cube? I remember seeing that in a loot box thinking, what on earth? And then remembering that it's a food item. I kind of like that, but yeah, I would like to see so much more unique loot in Pyro that would make bringing that stuff back much more of an interesting trip and more profitable. That's something else I'd like to see more consistent, is the ability to sell things at a reasonable price to shops and a more easier way of dealing it with players. It's like part of me, when it comes to like trading with other players, part of me wants a nice, easy UI format where you can drop something in the UI, they can make a pledge for it, and then you can sort of swap it over. But I actually want it to be physicalized, and I think that's where they're aiming to go. So the trading app shouldn't like instantly allow you to put a weapon in the trading app UI between two players and then suddenly it's in their account. It needs to be physically moved. But there just needs to be some sort of like security, like an escrow, where once someone has received the item or the payment, that's when the deal is done, so that people can't just steal it from you, if you know what I mean. Yeah, try going to the Klesher bug with the ore. Yeah, that's been an annoying bug for a long while. Kyle Pitts, welcome. Once a player logs out or has been away from their ships for a certain amount of time, it should be considered... Well, no, not logs out. I mean, yes, fair enough, within reason. Like, if it's years, obviously they've gone. But, like, I have 4 accounts. Sometimes I'll jump on one account, play for a day, log out in bed, and not go back to it again for a week or two, because I'm playing with my other accounts, or even longer. I don't want that to be wiped, of course. If it's... What we need is what we had before, and a bit more nuance as well, where if you had... if someone claims their ship in insurance and leaves that one lying around, you can scan that ship and see that there is no legal or physical owner, right? So there's no legal owner to it. It's fair salvage. That's what we need, like what we used to have with the game rules. And I think the reason why they haven't hotfixed that or fixed it is because they're rolling out these bigger scanning things. But yeah, it would be nice to have got that in for the duration of the wait, because that's something I primarily rely on, and a lot of people do. Or the Aurus. Ooh, that's nice and clean. I can't believe it's got 32 gig of onboard memory. It's so ridiculous. In a good way. It's ridiculous in a good way. I've only just upgraded my own system memory to 64 from 32, so it's kind of crazy. No, we don't know when this patch is going live, Kanbei. My guess would be 2 to 3 weeks. It all depends on just how this PTU build goes with the fixes that they're rolling out, because if they nail all the problems quick, then it can come out quicker. If there's still underlying problems, it'll come out later, you know. Yo, Raging Moose, they need to stop nerfing the payout for... Yes, well, obviously, that's the side effect of a different issue, right? So, rightfully, we need that whole insurance and warranty system to be in, but then that would mean increased cost and timers for insurance claims. And they have tried increasing those, and nobody liked it because of the bugs destroying the ships and having to reclaim the ships. It was like, it's not their fault that their ship got destroyed. Now they're getting punished in a way because they're having to pay more and wait longer to get their ship back. So it's kind of like a domino effect. It stems to less bugs, more quality of life, more less issues of ships needing to be claimed before they can then increase the timers, increase the cost, make that more viable, at which point people can't make money exploiting their ships, at which point we can get more money for selling those items. So it's not a simple, let's just, increase the price, because it just doesn't work, unfortunately. Rickan, you're all right, mate. You don't need to apologise. Real life comes first, of course. Hope you're all right, though. CJ, how you doing? I don't really know. What's the actual issue, then, with the ship repair changes? If you log out, you get teleported back to what you set your home location is, and your ship becomes destroyed unless you log out in a ship with a bed. I don't know what the actual issues are with it. I haven't done it myself. If I log out in a bed, generally I log back into that bed. If the ship gets destroyed, then of course you log back into your home location. Oh, that's a bug. If the components and weapons are being reset to default, that'll be a bug, if that's what's happening. So, yeah. Again, that's something that will come eventually with the insurance system. The idea being is that you can insure your components and weapons based on your ship's insurance. Will determine whether you get those components back or the default components. The fact that that's happening is likely just a bug, and they will set that back to making sure that you get the upgraded components back. Quick question. Welcome, Yassine. A lot of people want to get into this game, but there's confusion on whether it's a one-time purchase or it's one-time purchase. Yeah, it's minimum $45, and that gets you access to the main game, the finished product. But right now we're just playing an alpha. You don't have to spend anything else. I'd love a designated trading outpost where you can sell out of your ship, where a place where everyone goes to trade their rare items without risk. That's technically your hangars more than anything. I don't think there should be an artificial place where you can be 100% safe trading, but what we will find with base building is those places are pretty much like 95, 99% safe, unless someone goes through a long-winded process of taking out the planetary shields, taking out your local shields and defenses, taking out all the guards and so forth. So, out the back of your ship, that would be nice. What we used to do, which, as you say, is a risk, landing at Zephyr on Hurston, opening our doors, and then letting people come in and buy. But they're friends. They're people we know. I was open to strangers coming in. We need VoIP to work before we can really do that properly. But yeah, that kind of stuff would come along more with base building. If your respawn is set in Stanton, but you die in Pyro, you respawn in Stanton. I think... yeah, I believe you respawn in Stanton. I don't know if you're supposed to respawn in the last location you landed, like be a space station. I'm pretty sure you will respawn in Stanton. If you log out in a bed, does that ship remain in game or does it vanish? And, oh, sorry, yes, it vanishes. So there's, I see your point, sorry. There's a cooldown timer, just like a combat log preventative thing where, in fact, if you're in combat, you can't log out in your bed anyway. It won't allow you to. But if you log out and everything's fine, after a certain amount of time in that location, if nobody comes around or is in a local vicinity, your ship will be culled from the server and then brought back in when you log back in. Sorry, I get your point. Yeah. Yeah, right now, the fact that you are losing all your components when you respawn your ship is a bug. Because we had that in the past, and then they made it so that you actually keep them. So whatever's happened, it's obviously sort of reverted back. Sorry, cuz, can't answer the phone. It's my cousin calling me because we're planning a camping trip to Brothers Water soon. You have the money, just not the need for the performance increase. That's the best of both worlds, Sybin. That's the best of both worlds, mate. Deacon, thank you for gifting Carlos a gift sub. Beers and party, please. Much appreciated. But yeah, so far for me, ship spawning in Planetside, in Pyro, well in 4.0, has been really consistent. I've only had one issue where I woke up and got out of bed and then I was stuck in the geometry of my cutter. Other than that, it's been super consistent. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. So, when you save your spawn, or even transfer your spawn, like, my advice is, when you get through to Pyro, transfer your spawn point to the medical facility in that local space station, the starting space station. You can go from space station to space station doing that, and that's absolutely fine. But, and I would suggest doing that until you need to go back to Stanton, and then you reset it back there. Deacon, thank you again. Black Intellect, enjoy. Much appreciated, Deek. Beers and party, please. Thank you, as always, my friend. Sorry, it's been a bit rough trying to play our Zero to Hero stuff. It started out so smooth, and it's just gone downhill so fast. Oh, you're sitting on an 8-year-old computer. But what, you don't need them. If it's doing well, there's no need. How old's your computer, Sandman? Yours is doing alright, isn't it? With the 2080 Ti. Let me just see if I've actually got a list of other potential things we could be seeing this year. At the end of the day, though, focusing on stability, quality of life, and performance is hopefully going to put what we have now in a place where you can just... Like, if as it says in the letter, if we had that, full stop, there's enough content to get on with and thoroughly enjoy. Provided the missions work and you know, those sorts of things work. And then on top of that, they're going to add more content, which will be nice. What's coming next? No, that's not it. Bum, 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 bum. Things we're looking forwards. Things were looking good. No, that's not it. Oh, I don't know if I've got a list of what I want to see this year yet. I definitely want to put a video like that together, you know, like what I suspect we'll see this year, but it's going to require quite a bit of research to figure that out. Should I upgrade your Pentium? Yeah, how old is your PC? It's probably around 6 years, is it? Maybe older? I know mine's about 4 years. So how much FPS, do you mean client FPS, Yassine? It really depends on where I am, because certain areas are more heavy hit than others. It depends on the player count, but generally at landing zones now, or space stations, you know, heavily trafficked areas, or heavily areas that see a lot of traffic, I get around 30 to 50. with it very, very rarely dropping into the red, being under 30 frames. And then anywhere else, I think the highest I've seen, I think, was 300 and something when I died after I fell out of a ship in quantum travel. So, yeah, it can generally, on average, I would say it's around 60 to 80. I don't own the Ironclad, but I certainly would like to pick one up. I think being in an org, like I'm in a good position where, or a very lucky position where, as an org owner, I think we're up to about 500 people now. And between all of us, I mean, back when we had like 300, 200 people, every ship that had come out, someone had. So if we needed to access a ship for whatever reason, there would be plenty of people, even more so now, who would be like, you can borrow mine, or I can, be the captain and bring it out. But the Ironclad, I'm sure many people in my org own them. I think you own one, don't you, Dee? So it'll be nice when that comes along. Whether I need to own one, I don't know. A lot of my planning for my ships are either A, for content, B, for just pure enjoyment, or C, for the org. That's my main sort of thought process with that stuff. I wonder if we'd be able to grow our own food and collect our own water with a base. Yes. Now you mention it, I don't know about collecting water. ISOJ, thank you for the follow. But that's a really cool, like a well. Definitely, we will be able to have farming. In fact, that's one of the things that they want for version 1.0 is to be ready as farming. So growing your own stuff, yes. In fact, PlanetTech version 5 will, when it comes to generating planets and figuring out what a planet is made up of, the soil is a part of that. So some soils being richer, some have certain nutrients versus others. The plants will need, different plants need different, as in the real world, different soils and nutrients and whatnot. So yes, farming, absolutely. And that's not just like on the land, it'll be plant pots, greenhouses and things as well. But yeah, water collection. I love the idea of that. Putting a well or having like a moisture collector. I think that's, in fact, that might even be one of the building or structure types they were talking about when they first started developing the Rastar tool, which is their tool for placing and or procedurally generating outposts and settlements and locations. So they may even mention that. Narco, how you doing? Your frame rate's like 3. Oh dear. Ferk, welcome. No need to upgrade that Pentanom, just press the turbo button. Aiden, oh Seven, nice to see you. You need to upgrade the CPU. What, with a 13700 KF? I think you'll be alright with that. You're getting a stable 120 FPS on planets. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, the assault one, that's the one. Yeah, we have we did a count of ships maybe back in 2016, 2017, I can't remember when it was. And we pretty much had multiple of every single type of ship. Obviously, since then, a lot more have launched, but a lot of people bought more as well. You did 3 small ships to hero with 4.0 preview. Now I got up to 2 million. I will buy a Cutlass Black as my first ship with the more than 4 SEU. That's cool. That's like one of those, when you get it and you just get that first ship smell experience. Duck Force, how you doing? The moment I saw the Ironclad, it became my new favourite ship. It's definitely one of those ships that it hits every mark for me as well. I love the boxiness of it. I love that it's Drake. It's got a huge interior where you could see a lot of items, not just cargo, but vehicles and things. That when you're, like I've said in the past, whenever a new big ship comes along, I don't just think about owning it and using it. I think about boarding it as a derelict ship. And how cool and eerie it would be to get on board, like stumbling upon an Ironclad, getting your way on board, and having to move your way through in the dark to like the engineering department or the bridge to try and turn power on, not knowing why it's derelict. That's going to be so fun. Shepherd Dog, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, Belter vibes with the mining of ice and things. Absolutely. A lot of people telling you it's a bad combination and a 20% bottleneck. Well, at the end of the day, if you're getting 120 frames planet side, it doesn't matter if it's 20% bottlenecked. You're still doing better than, I would say, the majority of people in-game. Just go on your own performance and just see how it goes. Unfortunately, with tech, there's a lot of BS out there where people talk like they know what they're talking about, but I would always do the research myself, use reputable YouTubers specifically to answer my questions, or people I know in my community who will come up with the answer as well. It's not behaving today, Shepard, no. Yo, Jim. Memory promises lane. What promises are that? I mean, firstly, I don't think we've had many promises. There may have been a couple that I've been like, CIG, why did you say promise? Hoi, how you doing? Is it worth uninstalling live for 4.0? It depends on what your experiencing live is like. If it's really good and you're having a lot of fun, then no. Keep hold of it. But 4.0 is a lot of fun, but there's a lot of bugs right now. So hopefully they can hotfix while we wait for the 4.0.1 to come along. I would say stick to 4.0. Download 4.0, but don't delete 3.0, 3. Whatever, if you're enjoying it, you know? Promises of land. What's that? What do you mean? And base building? We're talking about base building, if that's what you mean. Yeah. My org. So my org is currently, for use of a better, lack of a better name, the SMB org. And as it stands right now, we'll see how it goes with what controls we have. But, oh, sorry, yes, this guy selling the Pioneer. No, this is just some background stuff. I actually hadn't even noticed what's on Jim. I'm just talking. But we were talking about base building. And yeah, both should be coming, well, maybe not this year, but 12 to 18 months. That would be nice. So, what was I saying again? The org. At the moment, it's broken into divisions. We have security division, mining division, haulage and transport division, all the different types of gameplay aspects in separate divisions where people can join one, join two, join them all, join none, I suppose. It really depends. But the point is you can join and do what you want to do. And the idea being in game is that if we're doing something that requires a certain type of gameplay, I'll contact that division and ask if anyone is available to help out, and they can come and help out. Like, for example, when it comes to prospecting and finding, let's say we find an area that is full of a certain mineral to mine, I need to contact the security division, the maybe someone like the exploration division, the building division, the logistics division, and just contact these people and get them to formulate a plan together to settle that area. But it also works for people who are in the org. So if you're in the mining division and you need some assistance, you can contact the security division, and anyone on board who's in game or whatever can come and join you. It's just kind of a way where anyone can find anyone they need. But again, we'll have to see what comes out of that in terms of org control. Hopefully we have a lot of good controls, which I'm sure we will. Brizzo, how you doing? You can just change. Yeah, you can download both, essentially, and just go from one to the next. There's no reason why you have to have one or the other. And what you can do is, I think, I might be wrong, but you can download one, copy that folder, paste that folder into the game files, and then just change the name of, let's say for example you have 324.3 downloaded. You can copy that folder, paste it into your other folder, and change the name of it to 4.0_preview, and then it will just download the changed files from 324.3 to 4.0 rather than downloading the full game again. So yeah, just copy pasta, change the name so that it matches up with the actual other game that's available. The other folder, other file. Sorry, I'm making sense in my head. Yes, cartography. I mean, at the end of the day, the maps, that's something I really, really hope we see this year, is the ability to place actual waymarkers and share that information, right? I mean, that's partly starting the data gameplay, data running gameplay. It's also just helpful for returning to a location. It's helpful for sharing locations with other players. That's what I would like to see, because we were hopefully going to get that earlier on, and it didn't happen. That's too many divisions to reach out to. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure there is an optimized way of doing it, but until we have the actual in-game application, there's not much I can do to refine it while I don't know how the game is going to support it. That's the idea of, you know, having a way of everyone doing what they want to do and interacting together, but until we get all the systems in game, I have no idea. Long time watcher John, first time in the stream. Thank you, my friend. Oh, that's all right. It's not the first time. It's not, it's not my first rodeo with having a bad experience in game. It's just day 3,042,000 of Star Citizen. Thank you, by the way, for your continued viewership. But yeah, it's it doesn't bother me. I get annoyed in the moment because things don't go well, but it is what it is. It'll get there. Yes, as I say, like, having trading tools will be nice, but I still like the fact that it's physical. Like, if I want to sell to someone now, I much prefer the idea of come to my hangar, have a look at it, take a look at the item, see if it's what you want it to be, especially when we have age and degradation. They might be able to look at it and be like, it's too old, it's too degraded, I want some, too broken, I want something brand new. Make an offer, and then I can put that into a freight elevator for them. They can pay me for it, they can lower it into their own inventory. Rather than just having UI where you're putting it up and you're not even interacting with people properly. I would much prefer it to be physical. Yo, Hunter. Yeah, we had a few issues. How often do I go live? I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 2 and 6 p.m. GMT time, this is. Yeah, thank you, Wonko. I can't imagine we could get another hotfix tonight, but I doubt it because we had one yesterday, unless they have been, which they could have been, thoroughly running through the data they collected and bringing out fixes. So we may see a hotfix tonight, but tomorrow we should see the 4.0.1 go to the PTU, if not the day after. Dro, how you doing? Yeah, gravity off in the Ironclad and everything is floating around. There is also a lot of this weird concept that FPS has to be X value and anything under is unplayable. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. At the end of the day, I like to get about 60 because I can tell the difference when it's not at that point. But my preferred is between, is 60. But getting up to 120, I think my monitor does currently. Actually, it's when I don't have HDR, it can go up to 240, but with HDR on, it's only 120. So I get the benefits, and I can kind of tell when it's 120. It kind of feels a lot buttery smoother. But yeah, I think coming from the days when we were getting anything over 20 was good. Yeah, Cambe, you've got to do that research, mate, to make sure everything is compatible. But with Star Citizen, it's hard to say. But again, at the same time, there's so much more to be done graphically and, like Vulkan as well, to really make sure that Star Citizen runs with the majority of hardware. They said 324 will not transfer to 4.0. They are separate. Whatever you do in 4.0 will merge over to the live. That is their... Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's the other reason why they kept 324 up, as Wonko says, is to finish off the save Stanton stuff. Glitched? Helix? No, not Scottish. Me? I don't think I sound Scottish. Sure thing, Academy. Have a good one, my friend. Yeah, it was going well until we flew into some invisible geometry. Both of us did. And then we respawned, flew back, both died. Deacon fell down a hill, which is his own fault. I blame Deacon. But then I accidentally sat down in a chair, and then as I got up again, it glitched me through the table or whatever it was, and I died. I got incapacitated. It's just, I got Star Citizen. Yeah, exactly, Jim. That's the thing, though. So it's not necessarily that we need some form of like app to handle the trading where it makes it less physical. We just need more insurances that things aren't going to get stolen. But a lot of that will come from, like, at the end of the day, you can have someone come into your hangar in your party. They can shoot you, which I think would that kick them, or would it not kick them from your hangar? But then when you wake up again, you can kick them from the party, and then they will get kicked out of your hangar. So we'll see. Yeah, it's more like it maybe needs to be in escrow, where... But again, it's like you're relying on people to fulfill their side of the deal. At what point is it going to be where the trust just has to come in and it's like accepted? Because that's the difficulty. People will likely always find exploits. But then there's more to be handled with claiming it back, or I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the one thinking about it. Bugatti, welcome. Currently, Hunter, you have the X56, and my throttle binded to forwards, backwards, with 0 being in the middle. Is there a way to bind the forward strafe to another joystick for finer movements? Yes. You will have to find that joystick in the advanced control in the bottom right-hand corner. So you will have, like for me, I have joystick 1, joystick 2, and joystick 3 for my button box. So if you've got a separate input for what you want to use it, find that input and then allocate that to be straightforwards. Thinking about getting the game, Bugatti. You love space games, but I can't seem to find a good one. So Star Citizen is definitely, I think, a game that people are going to want to play. It is all a case of when. Like, is it now while it's an alpha, while there's, they're still building the foundation to some degree? Is it once that foundation is set, which is not far off? Is it once it goes live, like, release candidate version 1.0, which could be in about 2 to 3, 4 years? It's really dependent on what you want. Havoc, how you doing, my friend? And I always suggest wait for a free flight. I don't know when the next one will be. It might be... Could be Valentine's Day time for Coromore, but it might be May. I think there'll be one around Valentine's Day. I can't imagine it's in their own interest anyway. So maybe wait for that and give it a go. And see if there's enough here and enough stability and enjoyment here for you to get involved with. But at the same time, it's not finished, and it's nowhere near finished, and it's not gonna... There's no longevity right now. So it's more jumping in for a little session here and there to enjoy it if you can, and then coming back another day. Yeah, exactly. I don't like that idea, Jim, in the idea that it's all sort of digitalized rather than it being physical. CIG want to make Star Citizen as physical as possible, and I love that. I've always enjoyed that aspect. And right now, I love the idea of opening the back of my ship, saying to a stranger in the middle of nowhere, come in and take a look. Now, of course, if they could just shoot me and whatever, and that is obviously going to be a big problem to deal with, which will have many varying factors based on where you are in the system, who you're talking to, and so on. But if you go to a safe landing zone, which there will be, where you can land, they have their own security and so forth, so if someone does shoot you, they're going to be hunted down because of it. I like the idea of opening my ship, letting people have a look, which we've done in the past. They look at stuff that you've laid out and make an offer on it, and then they take it after paying you. I love that. Much more than... Here's some UI, let's transfer. Because even that's dangerous, because you're in a UI screen, maybe on your MobiGlass. You're not physically in the game. At least if someone pulls a weapon while you're in your cargo bay, you can draw a weapon and take them down than if you're in a MobiGlass app. So it's not as simple as let's just keep it like a traditional MMO, but I think what they'll likely do is have multiple options in various ways. Support various options based on what people want to use, you know? So actually, right now we have, in 4.0, we have 2 star systems. Stanton has 4 planets, 12 moons, and Pyro has 6 planets and 5 moons. They're going for more fidelity and content than, you know, vastness of numbers of systems. But, yeah, and by 1.0, sort of the release candidate, there should be 5 systems with various amounts of moons. You would really like to see the shops offer limited supplies, but yeah, I think that's where they're getting to, Vander Plug. That's where the economy will start to really come to life, both player and the overall economy, where it's based on the amount of resources being delivered to the factories that manufacture those items, based on those manufactured items being delivered to the shops physically to actually sell those things, and then when that supply chain gets bottlenecked or chopped at whatever stage, it could be the resource gatherers, it could be the haulers, it could be the shop itself. That's where the limitations really come in, but that'll very much depend on the item, what's needed, how rare those items are, the quality of those items. Yes, it's physicalized. That is a big difference, and it's not like, don't get me wrong, it's not to everybody's taste, but they're not trying to make a game for everybody. They are making Chris's game, and this is what he wants, and that's what I've wanted ever since he outlined this idea of things being, you know, physical and Death of a Spaceman and all that kind of stuff. I backed his game. I didn't back a game so that I could be like, you need to do this, you need to do that, I don't like that. There's going to be certain aspects that we don't like about the game, but ultimately it will make sense at the end of it all. It doesn't right now, in a lot of ways, because we're missing a lot of stuff. My prediction for 1.0, which is, you know, really irrelevant because I have no idea and anything can happen between now and the release of 1.0, but I suspect it'll be about 3 years as a guess. You know? No, there's not. Technically, there is multiple Star Citizen games, but you've got the MMO, and then you've got the single-player campaign, which is within the Star Citizen universe set a few years before what we're playing now in the PU, where you are a Navy starman and you're the UEE, or the human space gets attacked by them, in fact. The aliens, the Vanduul. No, Squadron 42 won't release at the same time as 1.0. Squadron will release in 2026. 1.0 is still a long way off. That, you know, they've got to create and curate a full narrative-driven storyline. They've got a lot of other gameplay systems, tech, back-end stuff. It's much further away as Squadron. Yeah, but so Squadron was supposed to be the introduction to the PU, but so many people won't be playing Squadron. A lot of people aren't here for Squadron. I am. That's the main reason I backed, and then I was like, the MMO sounds cool too. But that's why they're creating that narrative storyline for to become a civilian. Or a citizen, sorry. Because the only way originally to become a citizen that we knew of, there would have been other ways, but the only way we knew of was to play through Squadron. That's now changed because not everybody's going to play through Squadron. Not everybody wants to play a single-player game or be a member of the UEE, you know, or the citizen. Yeah, there you go. Kyle has no interest in Squadron. So as much as Squadron will be a very good way of introducing yourself to the PU, a lot of people aren't going to play it anyway. Yeah, so Star Citizen has been early access for... When was the hangar module? Was it like 2014, I think? 2014 was when the hangar module came out. Then we got Arena Commander, maybe 2015, 2016. And then the PU opened up in maybe 2016. I can't remember now. I've slept since. I've had children since. Well, a child. You used to stay in the same hotel for quite a bit. There was a guest that was there a lot who always had shorts on and 2 carrier bags of beer. You what glitched? What was that? I jump over to Twitch chat for a second and that's what I got. The Ursa Minor. Who's that? Winwing? Fighter Duos? Is that Winwing? You would say your few hours was well spent. Ran 5 bunkers and came out with some goodies. Sadly, it's not really going to matter until 1.0. Yeah, that's the big thing to remember. If you are considering playing Star Citizen now, nothing will transition over to 1.0. So anything you do now, when it goes to 1.0, it'll all be wiped. There will likely be more wipes in between now and then as well. So we're not playing a game to play a game that's, you know, got longevity. We're essentially glorified QA testers and helping to shape the game to some degree, report bugs. But I play it because I have a lot of fun in it. But when I don't have fun, I stop playing it. Yeah, MMO just does not sit right, does it, with what Star Citizen is in its... yeah, the BDSSE. There you go, that's what it is. Yes, and your pledges will. Sorry, thank you, Jeff. Sorry, Jeff? Jim. Your pledges, anything you pledge for real money will continue on. Anytime you pledge real money, that will continue on into 1.0. But anything you earn in-game and do in-game won't. Sorry, that's a very important distinction there. Was it 2013 for the hangar module? Thank you, Wonko. I think they need 3 years to get all of 1.0 card. Yeah, I feel that way. I feel 3 years is reasonable in terms of how development is ticking up, speeding up. Of course, Bugatti. Absolutely. Yeah, whether you should buy or not, keep watching more content. Mostly streams, because streams will give you a much better understanding of what performance is like, what day-to-day activities are like in the game. Whereas videos, including my own, they're edited in terms of like, I might have had to deal with something, but it makes for boring content. So, you know, like the long-windedness of dealing with your inventory or looting and whatnot. I'm not going to show all that because it's really boring to watch. But on a stream, they can't skip that sort of stuff. So you get to see it all. Yeah, I think that's changing somewhat, Scott, when finishing Squadron, picking a different tree. What is going to happen? I mean, I don't know. I think you'll get, like, you'll bypass certain prerequisites that a non-player of Squadron would have to go through, you know, reputation-wise. You'll get reputation when you finish Squadron, and you will be able to bypass the long-windedness of certain systems, but you'll still be able to choose whatever path you want to take. Yeah, I believe the price will go up. Something that is part of being an early backer is you get a better price. You know, when I actually pledged for Star Citizen for the first time, what was it, like $25? Maybe $30, 30 quid. And I got Squadron, I got Star Citizen, and an Aurora, and a hangar. And since then, you know, part of being an early backer is a better price. It will go up, but I don't think it'll go up too much more. There'll always be the entry ship options. Whether they stick to $45 as an entry fee, they may. They may, because those ships are very basic. They may even introduce a lesser entry fee as well. I really hope they do, because they've been seeing a lot of videos that we all do, and the idea of having a no ship start would be really cool. Whether they can do it, because it wasn't the option, it wasn't the plan before, but whether they could do that now for like $30, that would be amazing. But yeah, chances are it'll go up a little bit. But honestly, $45 now is a phenomenal price for what you're getting. And there's not going to be any DLC. You will always be able to buy the ships and the items with real money, because it just help support the game, but it's a skill-based game, so you're not like getting a leg up. You know, you can buy the biggest ship with real money. It doesn't mean you're going to be good at using it. You're welcome, Damage. Yeah, I have to finish now, actually. Good news. We can. Is it Piss Poor Pete Wednesday? Oh, finally. Where has he been? Think you're near my mum. It was -1 when I checked earlier. Wrong chat, sorry. Good job, Glitched. Good job, mate. I love it. It's probably -1 here, to be fair. You also love the introduction that we get a few transferable warranties by completing it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes over and how it works. It'll make sense to the game they're building now with the systems they build now, but it will stick to as close to the original concept as possible, unless it can't, right? Yeah, I did a hardcore Zero to Hero without a ship. It's a lot of fun. A bit hard right now because we need more localized jobs at landing zones, but yeah, it's certainly something that we could see come along. Travis, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, $45 doesn't cover my stress medication this game has made me use. Bourbon, basically. Yeah, I like it. Kozlov's on, is he? He was in here earlier. But it's Piss Poor Pete Wednesdays, you know. Thomas, it's all right, my friend. I'll be live again on Friday if you're about. It didn't go too well. We did all right, but then we hit some invisible geometry, and then we died. So, wasn't the best. Anyway, it's time for a hot bath. Ooh, sinkhole. That sounds nice. You're going to put your grocery shopping away. Well, I'm going to go cook some dinner. And then I don't know what else. I'm not sure. I'm definitely not playing starcitizen tonight. Blimey. Say that. I might even jump on. Who knows? No, I haven't done any CZs. It's not my kind of thing. I would definitely run some CZs with, I know, Rick, and you want to do it. APOC, you probably want to do it. So, yeah, I'll definitely run some CZs in the future. But at the moment, with the way that 4.0 preview has degraded, I'm kind of like putting it on the back burner a bit. I'm more just seeing how it goes and jumping in when it's good, jumping out when it's bad. Distro, I love you too, my friend. Thank you so much for saying hello. Unfortunately, I am just going. So make sure you hit that follow button, guys, so that you get notified, or even tick. Do you get a notification tick for Twitch? I guess you do. But yeah, hit that button, and you'll be notified when I go live. I always post it on Twitter, on X, and hang on, that's the same thing. On X, on Blue Sky, and on Discord when I'm going live. So you will hear about it if you want to. But yeah, hopefully we hear about another hotfix patch tonight. That would be very nice. But we may not. The next thing we probably hear about is a 4.0.1 PTU tomorrow. Yes, there is definitely, Bugatti, going to be a full wipe before it releases. There's probably going to be multiple, but hopefully not as many. Obviously we don't know how many. It used to be quite a lot. It's reduced it. They've said they're going to do their utmost to not wipe during the 4.0 phase because they need that data too. But they reserve that right. But after full release, no, there shouldn't be. I highly doubt they will, and if they did, it would be for a very severe reason where they would recompensate afterwards. But I highly doubt it. Sure thing, Will. Yeah, on Friday when I'm back again, if we're not playing, by all means, just ask. I mean, if we're playing as well, ask your questions. But when I'm not playing and we're just chilling out and chatting, it is the best time to ask any questions, any concerns, any thoughts, or things you want to know about Star Citizen, the project. If I can't answer it, someone else will be able to, or we can give you our best guess, right? So now's a good time to do it. Well, not now, because I'm just going. But we are going to pass the stream on to Piss Poor Pete, so raid Piss Poor Pete. Sorry, YouTube. I haven't figured out a decent raid. I haven't looked into it too much. You've lost... Yeah, I've lost all my stuff as well on one of my accounts when we went to 4.0. I displayed them all in my hangar. The next day, literally over PTU, the next day I jumped in after setting up my my hangar, everything was gone. I won't get it back until there's another wipe, essentially. So I'm having to look around to find some new stuff. Bastion, quick question. Do you know where I could find an F7A Mark II NPC to strip out the top turret? I don't. Is that a common ship that people fly or that NPCs fly? I really don't know, I'm afraid. But anyway, I will see you all on Friday. Here's hoping we get some good news going forward soon about updates and hotfixes. But they're back at work now, and they are all like full steam ahead, revitalized, and getting on with it. So we should see quite a lot of hotfixes and changes coming along over this next few weeks, and then 4.1.1 going live. Anyway, love you all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.